Hi guys, so let's try to jump onto our new topic, that is the Unix. So why we are learning this Unix in our Node.js core concepts. So let's try to understand about this one. So Unix, the foundation of the modern technology. Hey everyone, welcome back to the channel. Today we are diving into something foundational in the tech world, that is Unix. You have probably heard the term thrown around, but what exactly is Unix and why does it matter? So, whether you are a developer, a tech enthusiast, or just curious, by the end of this video, you will understand what is Unix is, its massive impact on modern technology, and why learning about it can level up your skills. So, let's get started. So, before that, don't forget to hit that like button if you find this helpful and subscribe for more tech videos, deep dives. Let's go. So what is Unix? So what do we mean when we say Unix? So Unix is an operating system first developed in the late 1960s and early 1970s by two legendary figures in tech, Ken Thompson and Dennis Ritchie. They created it at Bell Laboratories, a research center run by AT&T. Yes, the American Telephone and Telegraph Company. Bell Labs was a powerhouse of innovation, responsible for inventions like the transistor, which powers your CPU today, and also the C programming language, which we will talk about it soon. Unix was a game changer in the software industry. It's not just some old OS. It is the foundation for many modern operating systems, running on billions of devices and powering the internet as we know it. That's how big its impact is. So let's talk a moment to appreciate the Bell Labs. This wasn't any research center, it was one of the most influential in history. The stuff they worked on laid the groundwork for our modern technology world. Besides Unix, they have invented the C programming language and also the transistor. Think about that, your phone, your computer, the internet all trace back to the innovations from this one place. Ken Thompson and Dennis Ritchie, working at Bell Labs, were the masterminds behind the Unix. These two are legends in the software world, and you will hear their names a lot if you dig into tech industry. They didn't just build an operating system, they shaped how we think about software. Unix and the C programming language. Now let's talk about how Unix was built. At first, Unix was written in assembly language. If you are not familiar, assembly is a super low level code tied to a specific hardware. That means if you wanted to run Unix on a different computer, you would have to rewrite the whole thing from the scratch. Not fun, right? So assembly language, Unix initially written in low level assembly code tied to specific hardware. So C language, Dennis Ritchie created the C programming language at Bell Labs. Unix becomes the first OS written in high level language, making it portable. So enter Dennis Ritchie. He developed the C programming language and then he and the team rewrote Unix entirely in C. This was a huge deal. Unix became the first operating system written in a high level language like C, making it portable. You could now run Unix on different machines without starting over. This portability made Unix a hit, spreading to the universities, companies, and beyond. And here is the kicker: when Unix grew popular, so did C. People building tools for Unix used C, cementing it as one of the most important programming languages ever. Today, tons of tech like Node.js, database servers, and more relies on C. So, Unix and C are like the dynamic duo of the tech industry. So, the evolution of the Unix. Here where things get interesting. The original Unix from the 1970s isn't widely used today. Instead, its legacy lives on through derivatives and Unix-like operating systems. Let's break it down. The first one is the BSD and the FreeBSD. These are the direct descendants of the Unix used in various systems today. And another one is the Linux. So created by the Linus Torvalds in 1990s when he was a 22-year-old student at the University of Helsinki. Linux is a Unix inspired OS built from scratch in C. It's not the direct copy of the original Unix code, but it follows Unix principles. Linux is an open source, unlike the original Unix, and it's now the world's biggest open source project, running on millions of devices. Fun fact, Linus also created Git, so next time you push code, give him a nod. macOS and iOS. Apple's macOS is based on a BSD variant called Darwin, making it Unix-like OS, which powers iPhones shares this Unix heritage. And next one is the Android, built on Linux, which is Unix based. So Android is also a Unix-like too. So when we say Unix today, we usually talking about these Unix-like systems, Linux, macOS, BSD, and others. They follow all Unix concepts like file permissions, process management, in system organization. So if you write an app for one Unix-based OS like macOS, it will likely work on Linux or BSD with minimal changes. That's the beauty of Unix compatibility. So Unix philosophy. So what is the Unix philosophy? The power of a system comes more from the relationships among the programs than from the programs themselves. What makes Unix so special? It's not just the tech, it's the philosophy. Unix is all about simplicity and modularity. The idea is to create small, focused programs that do one thing really well and then make them to work together. This is called as an inter-process communication, often use pipes. We will dive into that in our future videos. There is a famous quote from the Unix programming environment by Rob Pike and Brian Kernighan. The power of a system comes from the relationships among the programs than from the programs themselves. That is the Unix way. Build simple tools, make them talk to each other, and you get a super powerful system. So that's it. For example, imagine a video editing app. You could have one program that is awesome at networking written in Node.js and another that's a great at processing video files written in C. Combine them using the Unix file system, Unix principles, and boom, you got a killer app. That's what Unix enables. So why you should care about Unix? Okay, so Unix is a cool history, but why you should care? Let's talk about the benefits of learning Unix. So build powerful apps. Unix modular approach means that you don't always rely on finding a perfect npm package. Instead, you can combine tools like to create a video editor, a PDF processor, or anything else. Knowing Unix lets you think creatively about building systems, not just apps on a single library. Most servers run your apps on Unix based like Linux. Understanding Unix gives you an edge in deploying, configuring, and managing your apps. You'll know the system inside out, making you a better developer. Time savings. Unix command line skills can save you hours of each month. Your automating repeated tasks with shell scripting is a superpower. We will explore this in this series. New possibilities. Unix opens your eyes to new ways to solve problems. You will see opportunities you didn't know existed, expanding your code origins. Security. Knowing Unix lays the groundwork for securing your apps. You will understand user permissions, process, and system settings, setting you up to learn advanced security later. Portability. Unix apps are portable. Build an app on macOS and it will likely run in Linux or BSD. Node.js, for example, handles Unix style path, and so your code works even on Windows with minimal tweaks. Unix lets you monitor and optimize your apps like balancing CPU cores or spotting the bottlenecks. We will cover Node.js clustering in this series, a Unix inspired technique for boosting performance. Unix is everywhere. It is the backbone of modern computing from servers to smartphones. Learning it doesn't just make you a better developer, it makes you a smarter one, ready to tackle the bigger challenges. So wrapping up, so that's what Unix in a nutshell. It's not just an old operating system, it's a set of ideas that powers our tech world, from Linux to macOS to Android, created by Ken Thompson and Dennis Ritchie at Bell Labs. Unix gives us portability with C, a modular design philosophy, and a legacy that's still alive in billions of devices. Learning Unix means understanding the systems you build for saving time and unlocking new create possibilities. So if you are pumped to dive deeper, check out the Wikipedia page on Unix. More details on Ken Thompson and Dennis Ritchie. They are worth reading it. And stay tuned for the next video in this series where we will explore Unix tools and shell scripting to build awesome projects. So what is your thoughts on Unix? Have you used Linux or macOS before? Drop a comment below. I would love to hear from you. If you found this video useful, give it a thumbs up and share it with your friends and hit that subscribe button for more technical tutorials. Thank you for watching and I will see you in the next one.